poker. Anyway, we're going to give this another shot here. We're back on Autumn Leaves, Pokey versus RazzorMoon. And we're starting on Autumn Leaves, best of 3. Here we go. And also what's interesting here is in game 1, these two are on opposite sides. So I never know, like, what is the best practice for doing a regame? Every tournament has different rules. Looks like here we're just going with the old school, remake it, get back to business. Don't waste any time with the logistics. We're going right back into it here. And I expect we'll see something similar to last game. Pokey was going Keeper of the Grove and had got started on this creep camp, so we might see Pokey go for this one on the opposite side here. And we did see Farseer Headhunters looking like that will be the case again. RazzorMoon's going back to the Farseer Headhunter build, as we all love. Everyone loves Farseer Headhunters, right? Everyone loves it. There's nothing wrong with it. I'll tell you this, if I was Orc, I'd play it too. Like, if Pally Rifle was this good, I'd be playing it every game. No shame in that. So Pokey sending out the Wisps, getting some visibility on Autumn Leaves here. Going to be very interesting as the Archer gets started. Ancient of War uproots, going to eat some trees, tank some damage. Keeper of the Grove's going to be out any second now. Going to claim this XP. And then soon enough, Farseer is going to be marching on down Autumn Leaves. Feral Spirits at his side, ready to disrupt Pokey's early game as the Farseer does so well. We're going to follow Mr. Kagar Winterfang down Autumn Leaves here. Pokey wants to get this creep camp finished up quickly. He is going to get a nice Claws of Attack. Certainly a welcome item in the early game. Going to hang on to that one. Wear it with pride, as you're going to need it against the Farseer Headhunters. Incoming now. Headhunters already on the way. Ancient War about to root back up, produce some more archers, and the early game has begun. Wisps already getting damage, getting some nice taps on the Moonwell there. Going to get back into the trees. Feral Spirits continuing to chop down on these archers, but going to be split around. Going to chop also on the Wisps, forcing Pokey to focus his attention in many areas. Pokey going to deny that kill with a Moonwell build. Just in time, very nice there. Pokey sending the Treants after the Farseer, who has took quite a bit of damage from the Treants. Going to now get some focus fire onto the Headhunters. Push the Headhunters back, force the Farseer to play more passive, so Pokey can get a little bit of breathing room here. However, just like Orcs do, the hit and run so strong. Back and forth, Farseer and the Wolves getting back deep into the base. Certainly going to force Pokey to kind of shift strategy here. He would love to creep right now with his Keeper of the Grove, get that level 2. He's so close to it, just one creep camp away. And the Farseer's goal is clear. Do not let your opponent creep. Stick around. Keep control of the game. Don't let the Keeper get level 2. You especially don't want this Keeper of the Grove getting too high level before you can get any sort of disenchant on the field. Keeper not scaling too well into the mid-late game when Dispel is available. So RazzorMoon going to back off temporarily, but wouldn't be surprised if we see him head on back. Thank you for the follow. Hazy, 39. Going to go check on the tech here. 60% for both players about. Pokey slightly behind in tech, but not too bad. And Pokey, overall, all things considered, having a pretty strong early game against the pretty difficult Farseer Headhunter build. And RazzorMoon hasn't put on as much pressure as we see typically. Gauntlets of Ogre Strength then go to the Farseer. Not the item he's looking for there. Going to clean up this creep camp. Meanwhile, Pokey enjoying his breathing room at the moment. Also has a second Claws of Attack picked up. So very nice. Plus 10 going to the Keeper. I'd say all things considered, Keeper of the Grove really set up for success here for this early game. Meanwhile, RazzorMoon, Tier 2 about to be online. Gonna see this second hero come out and see what RazzorMoon has in store for Pokey. How will he supplement the Headhunters? Might see a Tauren Chieftain coming on out. Next.
Forces are under attack.
There he is. Good old Tauren Chieftain. Wonderful. Also see some Shaman. Depends on how many Dryads Pokey wants to get. Hitting that level 3 and going to take. What's he going to take? Level 2 not trained yet. Might also wait. Try to see the state of the game before he decides. But the Hunter's Hall is down. Is ready to double lore if that is what he wants to do. First Wisp going to put down the first lore. I see some Dryads coming out on top of some Bears. Farseer going to get level 3 from this, and Pokey goes for the Panda second. Very nice. As Farseer takes the level 2 Feral Spirits. Level 2 Feral Spirits going to be a nice addition to this army. Going to do quite a bit of damage to the backline archers if they can get back there without getting sniped down. Panda looking to get level 2 for himself. Has Breath of Fire. Would love to pair that with Drunken Haze. Going to be quite deadly onto the backline there. And RazzorMoon's strategy is quite simple now. Get that Tauren Chieftain to level 3. Also wants to put some pressure onto the Keeper of the Grove of Pokey. Pokey forced to retreat back. Wanting to give the Panda some space to solo creep that and soak all the XP. And now Speed Scroll is Pop going to put the pressure on Keeper of the Grove, chipping away at it little by little. Keeper of the Grove is quite strong with the +10 claws. Tauren Chieftain only able to secure 2 of those archers with a War Stomp and take 1 down for the ride. Gonna send the Feral Spirits back. It's a strength getting transferred over to the Panda. The Farseer moves on back to the Mercenary camp. Gonna take this down. Love to see that Farseer pulled away, get that Tauren Chieftain up to level 2. Just a little bit quicker. Instead, just gonna take the Book of the Dead. Back up, doesn't like the position he's in right now. Feels the pressure from the Panda, Archer, Keeper of the Grove composition. Gonna get into a nice position here. Getting some auto attack damage onto the Keeper of the Grove. And Keeper of the Grove with the level 2 entangles. Each one of those is pretty much a dead Headhunter, but now having the Shadow Priest online, gonna be able to dispel maybe just 1 more of those entangles. Really low on mana. Now it's the Shadow Priest, Keeper of the Grove feeling some of the pressure. Gonna have to back off. Meanwhile, Tauren Chieftain with a nice stomp on the Panda and a couple archers there. Pressing on back. 1 archer might fall right now, courtesy of the Feral Spirits. Doing a lot of auto attack, normal damage to these medium armor archers. 1 more auto attack, and Pokey with a nice last-second tap there on the Moonwell. Preserving that archer maybe for just a little bit longer. Gets a full tap now at the Moonwell. Panda level 2 looking to re-enter this battle. As RazzorMoon backing off slightly. Wanted to pay a visit back to that Keeper of the Grove, who's level 3. Gonna run back slightly. Now down to around 25% health. Needs to be careful. Getting another entangle on the Shaman. Purge is now online. Gonna be able to purge some of these entangles, but not this time. This Shaman is going to fall. And now the auto attacks of the Keeper of the Grove pushing onto the Headhunters now. Paying it forward, and a nice Breath of Fire. Gonna secure the kill on 2 more Headhunters, bringing the food counts to 35 Pokey, 34 RazzorMoon. And now what a game turner as Pokey starting to feel the momentum swing back in his favor. Tauren Chieftain still stuck at level 1 3/4. Meanwhile, the Farseer about 3.5. Pretty nice battle there. Shaman going to certainly help with the trance, with the entangles. Want to get these Shaman online. The Purge is pretty expensive, so you're going to need quite a bit of mana to go around. Also, Bloodlust from these guys as well as the Lightning Shield for the Tauren Chieftain to get some melee damage. Nothing to scoff at either. Meanwhile, Panda, Pokey looking to get some solo creeping in himself. Gonna get that level 3 and that very impactful, super hot and fiery Breath of Fire level 2. Gonna really start doing some damage onto the backline Headhunters. Now RazzorMoon needs to start being careful. The Night Elf army is gaining strength as the time goes on. Food counts are just about even. Checking on the tier. Abolish Magic and Bears being produced. Tier 3 also for RazzorMoon. It's gonna have Pulverized Tauren coming online. Going now for the northernmost creep camp. I believe in the next version of Autumn Leaves, this creep camp is changing, so I believe the creep's getting a little bit stronger in the next version of Autumn Leaves, so might not enjoy as efficient of a creep this time next month, whenever Autumn Leaves gets released. Some more entangles on the Headhunter's Purge is now available from the Shaman. Going to be able to preserve some of those Headhunters from falling, who are now Berserkers, and Pokey has decided now is the time, setting the Bears in first. Book of the Dead is popped from RazzorMoon. A nice stomp onto the Panda and Bear, who is now surrounded by the Tauren and Tauren Chieftain and Skeleton Warriors of the Book of the Dead, popping that Staff of Preservation, sending the injured Bear back on home. More Bears into the front line, swiping away at the Headhunters. Berserker now entangled from the Keeper of the Grove of Pokey. Tauren Chieftain finally getting some surface area on the back line of Pokey, and Pokey's food counts are pretty high, around 50 food to 36 food. The army of RazzorMoon whittling down, and as this Panda gets a bit more mana, just like he does, he's going to get another Breath of Fire onto this back line, and so vicious right there. Able to get quite a bit of health reduction right there. Feral Spirits back in play, focusing onto the Dryad, but need to back off. Now them are taken care of. Tauren Chieftain, nice stop onto the Panda and the Bear, getting into a pretty safe position now. Bear pretty wounded, moving to the back line. Might want to get staffed on home. You do have it off cooldown, Pokey. Don't want to get him picked off by a Berserker. Does get the auto attack off. Bear does fall. Panda level 3 continuing to wreak havoc on the army of RazzorMoon. But that vicious war stop, freezing him in his tracks, pops the health potion. Farseer, the next target of Pokey, as another Tauren on the board with Pulverize ready to go. Do a little bit of extra damage. There's a Pulverize right there on the Keeper of the Grove, and it's just hero battle right now. A little Angel Arena here in the middle of Autumn Leaves, and a nice entangle. Keeper of the Grove has to TP back. Hopefully we'll be able to preserve this. Bear does bring back the army in full, and we have a 50 food to 39 food showdown. Really wounded army of Pokey, so nice attention to detail there. Able to bring back all of the wounded units without losing them, but need to get them healed back up. You don't want to take a fight anytime soon, and if RazzorMoon saw this, he would know a great time to strike would be now. So much easy pickings for RazzorMoon right now. Wounded units left and right. Only 1 or 2 fully healed units. Rejuice finally going out. All these units really going to enjoy this. Getting healed back up to full before the next fight. Meanwhile, RazzorMoon creeping out the adjacent camp to the main base. Going to get the Slippers of Agility. Make that Tauren Chieftain even faster when it comes to auto attacks. Give him a little bit of extra armor, too. Never hurts to have your tank have a little bit more armor. 4 Bears now on the field, 3 Dryads, 1 Archer. Pokey's army looking pretty solid right now. 48 food army of RazzorMan. Keep saying RazzorMan, RazzorMoon. RazzorMoon.
A player's forces are under
He's his
attack.
own damn person. He's not RazzorMan, he's RazzorMoon. Sending the Feral Spirits on down to get some scouting done. Peons doing some long distance mining, getting as much extra gold as RazzorMoon can to prepare for this. Also wants to maybe take this red camp down. Neither red camp has been claimed yet this game. Granite Golem. Hopefully going to give RazzorMoon an item that he's looking for here. Going to take down these level 6 crossbows first. Meanwhile, Pokey kind of floating around the middle of the map, maybe thinking about doing a little hit and run.
Forces are under attack.
Before we go over and see the devastation to the Peons, let's see a Claws of Attack plus 12. Gonna go on to the Farseer for plus 22 attack damage. Almost 70% attack damage increase, maybe more. Incredible for the Farseer. Keeper of the Grove, she's also sitting at plus 24 with the Orb of Venom. These ranged heroes are devastating right now. Their auto attacks really going to be wreaking havoc on any unit they decide to focus. But everyone's looking pretty good. No one wants to break upkeep. Everyone maximizing the economy.
A player's forces are under attack.
And now the red camp. Pokey wants a piece of this red camp. Wants to claim maybe a nice juicy clause for himself. RazzorMoon heading on south. Gonna swing by the Natural Expo. And a Hood of the Cunning. Probably not the exact item you're looking for when you have items like the Claws of Attack plus 12 on the other side of the map. Tiny Great Hall dropped down for RazzorMoon as the Expo is about to come online and will soon pay for itself over the next minute or two. Meanwhile, RazzorMoon decides the time is now, wants to start getting things started. A nice war stop on the front line, Bears and the Panda. Panda level 5, level 3. Breath of Fire out to the back line there. Drunken Haze also applied. Staff of Preservation on the injured bear, but one more bear really in danger of about to fall. And the TP out just in time, minimizing the losses. Pokey breaking upkeep now to 60 food. RazzorMoon staying under upkeep at 48 and now going to have an economic lead as the Expo is up online and mining and already down 270 gold. So the mine already starting to pay for itself. 400 more gold. You're going to be set up nice there. Just collecting profits on top of that. RazzorMoon now deciding is the time to break upkeep after seeing that pretty impressive army from Pokey, who was able to salvage pretty much everything. Getting out just in time, and now, don't tell anyone. I don't even want to say it in case he's listening. But the Big Daddy Chimeras now on the map. If you thought your Tauren were safe, they are no longer.
Players' forces are under
Chimeras
attack.
love to eat Tauren for breakfast, but Headhunters now turn Berserker is going to be quite scary against those Chimeras. Need to be careful. An interesting turn of events here as the 70 food army of Pokey ready to push in this Expo of RazzorMoon before it pays for itself. About 700 gold mined from the gold mine. And the Peon's going to go to work repairing it. Pokey wants to get back in a better position. Also pulled some wisps for this upcoming battle. Bloodlust online for RazzorMoon. And we might see an epic showdown of the ages here at the Expo as the Treant's going to work on the Peons, trying to repair this Great Hall back to full. And here we are. It's showtime, baby. Bears online. Breath of Fire to start off the battle, and a war stop in the queue, I'm sure. There it is. Tauren Chieftain falling so quickly. Needs to be careful. Tauren Chieftain really low. Now entangled. Might pay the price and is able to squeeze out just in time. Chimera's going to work onto the backline. Bears also shredding the Tauren. Now moving back to RazzorMoon's Farseer. Farseer in quite a bit of trouble, getting focused by the Chimeras and the Bears, and the Dryads getting slowed. Has a TP to get out if he needs to, but down to 34 food. Pokey pressing forward, does take the Farseer down in really good position to close out this game. The level 6 Panda, Storm, Earth, and Fire going to be popped as soon as he has the mana for it. Tauren Chieftain is going to be the next to fall, and it looks like Pokey, with a really well-played game one, is going to go on the winner of this match, but not before having to chase down the Tauren Chieftain. There he is. Gives himself up, and GG is called. Pokey takes game one. Really well played by Pokey there. Really back and forth in the beginning game. Was not sure which way it was going to go, but as soon as Pokey got that unit advantage, Razor decided he was going to take the time to Expo. Didn't quite pay off, and at the end, Pokey took advantage of it. Didn't allow the Expo to get a foothold, get any sort of momentum. He paid the price. Took the L. So, with that, looking for the next game name. Might be the same game name with 3. And it is. What'd y'all think of that match, huh? Your boy Pokey, leader of the Fountain of Manor League, holding strong. Takes game 1 versus a very good player, RazzorMoon. Looks like we got Buzzkill versus Habitant on Wantu's stream, so head on over to Wantu12 if you want to catch that as well. Wantu, MVP in the community as well, and connoisseur of great Super Nintendo games, if you ask me. Wasn't the door on the left side of me yesterday? If it was, Carson had me flipped on the video call. So, that might be why. But, if I'm looking at you, the door is to my left. Even though on the stream it probably looks right. You know, I don't know. I just cast the games. That's all I'm good for nowadays. No directional awareness. And we're going to game 2. We're going to do it on Concealed Hill, RazzorMoon versus Want2. Pokey up 1-0. Here we go. Really solid game from Pokey there. Going up 1-0 against RazzorMoon. Going to update that on the booster. There it goes. Some respectful GLHFs from our opponents. I wonder if RazzorMoon will change things up. Gonna go Barracks early. Might be seeing the Blade Master come on out this time. No early War Mill. So wouldn't be surprised if we did see a change up from RazzorMoon. Gonna go with that Blade Master. Blade Master really effective if played well, although has a pretty high skill ceiling. Oh yes, the title is probably wrong. Yeah, we had a last-minute pivot here, so let me go ahead and change that. Thank you. Perhaps should have picked Humba. I mean, I don't know about that. So we have Pokey versus, I guess, all caps, RazzorMoon. And there we go. Stream title is updated. And we have a couple matches coming up next. Thank you, Oxygen6. Keep It Grove on the way. And Farseer coming on out. No Headhunter to back it up.
Forces are under attack.
At the moment, going to go Farseer Grunts. Very interesting choice from RazzorMoon. And just like Game 1, Ancient War creeping underway. Opting for the orange camp. Keep the Grove going to come on out. Get very close to level 2. Farseer Grunts. Feral Spirits marching on down. Gonna pay a visit to Mr. Pokey. Is that a Gloves of Haste? Yes, it is. Keeper the Grove really gonna like that. Getting nice games, Pokey26. Very nice items. Right, here we go. The early game has begun. Feral Spirits going right on to the archers as they want to. That normal damage doing amplified damage to the normal armor of the archers.
Are under attack.
Auto attacks going out onto the Keeper of the Grove. Also maybe looking to cancel one of these Moonwells. If you can get enough damage on, would be quite a nice cancel from Pokey.
Town is under siege.
Sorry, from Razor onto Pokey. Does get the cancel of the Moonwell. Moonwell instantly rebuilt. RazzorMoon probably going to just resummon this wolf as soon as it's low. Does get it. And now Wolves going to try to take care of some of these Treants who are chasing the Farseer around in a similar sight to last game, where the Treants just right-clicked onto the Farseer, doing quite a bit of damage, forcing him to run around, not allowing him to get a lot of auto attacks onto the Keeper of the Grove. Keeper of the Grove now having to retreat slightly. Farseer still under quite a bit of pressure now, down to 25% health. Needs to be a little carefuler. There's one Entangle and Focus Fire away from having to TP on out of here.
Under siege.
Checking on the tech time, he's about 35% done for Mr. RazzorMoon. No tier 2 started yet for Pokey. Gonna see some transition in the Huntresses via the presence of the Hunter's Hall early to deal with these grunts potentially. And a really wounded Farseer retreating back. Gonna hit that fountain of health. While Pokey taking down the southern turtle camp.
Town is under siege.
Also dealing some disruption to these whiffs. Gets a nice dispel in time. Keep the Grove continuing to go to work on to the Sea Turtles. Keep the Grove looking to get level 3. He did take level 2 Entangle last game, which was really nice for the Headhunters. I wonder if we will see level 2 Treants this time, as Headhunters aren't the threat this game. It will be Grunts, and maybe we're going to see some Raider play as well from RazzorMoon, channeling his inner Razor Man. I try not to be biased, Make It Rain. I try. And there's no human players, so no one to be biased about right now. I mean, I am rooting, we all like Pokey, root for Pokey, but at the same time, I want to see a good game. I want to see a good series. I'd love to see Razor tie it up to take it to game 3.
A player's forces are under attack.
Keep the Grove looking to get level 3. Thank you to Show 35 for the follow. Appreciate you. Welcome. Enjoy the Fountain of Manor League casting tonight. Trying to get my mouse pointer far enough away so I don't trigger that. There we go. Perfect. Beautiful. All right, Keep the Grove does get the level 3, and will he take the level 2 Treants, or will he take the level 2 Entangle? Farseer up north, going for the shop, does get the shop taken care of. Not level 3 yet, but the next encounter he finds himself in will certainly get it. Just one creep camp away from level 3, or quick battle against Pokey will get the level 3. Why is FXPY playing Orc, though? You will have to take it up with him. Gets the level 3, going to get those level 2 Feral Spirits. Going to help out with some of this early attack. And now a lot of Huntresses to deal with. Pokey almost done with tier 2. Bestiary coming on up for RazzorMoon. Shadow Hunter also was the second choice. Down near the tavern, hitting the proxy shop. Gets the salve, the skull speed, and is caught out of position here. Needs to be careful. One entangle and surround away. Pokey going to look to lock in this surround. Does get the 4-point. Almost. Almost. One Huntress slightly out of position there. Not able to lock in that out of position Shadow Hunter. Going to be thinking about that one for a little bit. Stings, but nothing you can't recover from. Going to take down this proxy shop. No shop left for RazzorMoon. Going to hurt quite a bit. Another shop coming up right away. Orcs got the Grunt Raider unit comp in play right now. Huntress army heading on back. And again, the double lures coming online. Expect to see some Bear Dryad play from Pokey yet again. Going back to the old faithful. Doesn't want to deviate from the textbook. Going to do what's best for this fight, moving that wounded archer back. Serpent Lord's down, going to attack those Huntresses, doing amplified damage to the unarmored Huntresses. One Huntress going to fall really quickly from Pokey. Needs to be careful, doesn't want to get too many unit losses here. Does not want to feed more XP to the Farseer or the Shadow Hunter. Moving these wounded units back, and unfortunately a sheep in the way. But going to get out unscathed, and now the Shaman out. Going to be able to deal with that Entangle. That level 2 Entangle, going to be able to negate that with enough Shaman and enough mana. Going to go for the Laboratory Camp. Meanwhile, Pokey going to maybe do a little poking of his own. Going to first try to take down these Serpent Wards, and RazzorMoon getting some nice visibility there, able to see it. Pokey doesn't have quite an army to do a full press, but might be able to do a small hit and run, maybe even catch a Raider out of position. Pokey needs to be careful here. Doesn't want to head back down south. May need to head out west. Going to get a nice entangle on the Raider. Gets purged immediately, and Salvage going to head back home. Also, another nice ensnare onto the Huntress. Going to take it down. One more Huntress of Pokey's falls. And an Archer caught out of position. Also going to pay the price. So RazzorMoon getting as many pickoffs as possible in these little hit and runs from Pokey. Pokey now heading on back. Going to go up to tier 3 right away. Has a couple bears in progress in the queue. About to be coming on out. Pokey is going for the Bear Dryad unit comp. It looks like just like game 1. This will be the end of the Huntresses, I would imagine. Early Huntress Hall on tier 1 led to some of the Huntress training. Nice circlet of nobility. Hopefully will be picked up. Shadow Hunter going to head on back and take that, put it on. And make it rain, calling Chims again.
A player's forces are under attack.
I have to do a prediction, see if Chims are in play. Not yet. Dryads, bears for now. Alchemist does have some healing capabilities and the acid bomb. Gonna look to maybe pull this back, trap it into the tavern. Putting the keeper in position, gonna lock it down with the alchemist. Oh, and Ogre Lord just gets kited back, unfortunately. Not what he was looking for there. Gonna take quite a bit of damage now onto the alchemist. But has plenty of breathing room, gonna be able to secure the item as RazzorMoon going for the northernmost mine. We'll see what the Ogre Lord has in store for Pokey. A nice Hood of the Cunning. Not the best item in the batch, but you'll take it. Now, Wantu's Stream. Looks like Wantu's casting a Concealed Hill Showdown as well. If you're not following Wantu12 on Twitch, make sure you give him a follow, show him some love. He's also one of the admins of this great event as well. RazzorMoon starting off with a Raider loss in the heal spray, going off onto the backline of Pokey. Pokey has had enough. Needs to get on out of here before he loses another bear. Bear with 150 health gets out by the thread of his teeth. Gonna get back into Druid form, get some rejuves out, get stabilized. Meanwhile, RazzorMoon maybe thinking about the heal fountain camp. Gonna pull these units back. Pokey maybe has something similar in mind, but first gonna stop at the Knoll gold mine camp. Gonna take this down. Red Drake. Let's see what item our boy Red Drake has in store for Pokey. Sorry, RazzorMoon. Drake back in play. Got the damage of the Shaman. And we have a, there it is, Rune Bracers. If Pokey sees it, hopefully he does see it. Going to the Farseer. Gonna get healed up with the Fountain of Health, secure this camp. Meanwhile, maybe Pokey wants to think about this red camp as well. Certainly don't want both of those red items going to RazzorMoon. And although Pokey was able to claim the Hood of the Cunning from the center, would certainly like to have some additional high-powered items from the adjacent fountain. Pokey feels the time is now for a push right into the Orc's base. Not even waiting outside, going right for the burrows. Bears right in line, taking them down to Retreant Spawn to help do some more damage to the peons. And the army of RazzorMoon hovering outside, figuring out when the time is right. Serpent Wards being dropped. RazzorMoon getting into position. Now some Illusion Bears in play to play mind games on RazzorMoon. RazzorMoon chipping away at some of the real bears. Not getting fooled by the presence of the Illusion Bears. Heal spray onto the army of Pokey. Trying to get stabilized back up. Kodo able to get some bears and some tasty berries on the field. This Kodo can get a nice chop down on a bear. Does. Oh, and Staff just in time to prevent a devour from the Kodo Beast. Well played by Pokey there, who is going to get out with 55 food, minimize the losses, and has some super injured bears back at home now. Look at this one, 21 health, and able to staff another back to avoid a devour. Really tight play by Pokey there. Love to see that. RazzorMoon, although, still looking quite fearful. With a 61 food army of his own, gonna pay a visit to the heal fountain. Get stabilized and get prepared for the next push. What a battle there. These battles going back and forth. The game continuing to swing like a pendulum in each player's favor. Now Pokey wants a piece of this red camp. Will be his second red camp of the game. Was able to take the middle red camp earlier. Got a Hood of the Cunning for his efforts that is sitting on the Alchemist. Let's see what this Red Drake has in store. Has plenty of breathing room as RazzorMoon getting healed back up, getting ready for the next battle. Unfortunately, not a ton of anti-air, just the Alchemist and the Dryad at the moment, sending some of the Feral Spirits down. Pokey going to lose one of the Wisps. Just gets dumpstered by the Tree of Eternity. And we have a Boots of Quel'th the Lost +6. Unfortunately, Actually, no agility heroes on the map right now for Pokey, so again, not the greatest item in the batch. Some suboptimal rolls in those two there. Nice claws, +9 on the Shadow Hunter. Really gonna like that. And I guess the rune bracers were sold.
A town is
This
under
doesn't
players'
show
forces are
item
under
sales,
attack.
just shows the creep kills. Okay. And now the map is pretty much crept out. There's only really one thing left to do besides this little green camp off to the side. And did we lose W3 booster? Did we lose it? Maybe we can reboot it. Unfortunately, let's see if we can get it back online before the next battle starts. And Salty Pretzel, thank you for the follow. Get ready for what could be the final battle of the game. And here we are, Pokey initiating with the Alchemist, getting ensnared right away. Bears, Huntresses, Dryads all in the mix. Frontline of the Grunts whittling down thanks to the Bear auto attacks. Alchemist getting some healing off. Then it does some appearance pop. Not quite sure there, but did see a similar animation. The Grove getting some nice auto attacks off onto the Grunts. Also entangle onto the Kodo Beast, who did get a successful devour on one of the Druids of the Claw. Wants to release it from the belly of the beast, bringing back the injured Druids of the Claw to prevent them from falling too fast. And 58 food for Razor, 61 food for Pokey. A lot of injured bears on the field now. Rejuve starting to go out. So many Serpent Wards just hissing away at all of the units of Pokey. Pokey really trying to get these Kodo Beasts taken down. A bear is freed from the belly of the Kodo Beast, but another is in the belly of this one, looking to get it secured and safe and sound. Alchemist still has so much health. Now getting some nice attack damage onto the Farseer. Farseer falling down a little bit. Level 5 Keeper of the Grove getting some nice entangle on another Raider. Raider certainly going to fall. That level 3 entangle is so strong. Farseer now falling quickly. Has to pop the TP and get out of here. 61 food for Pokey. 42 food for RazzorMoon.
A player's
Really
forces are
strong
under attack.
performance here from Pokey. Gonna take this series 2-0. Now gonna hit this Expo as well. Worker Booster ain't coming back. We're gonna be stuck doing it the old-fashioned way. Pokey want to shut down this Expo. This Expo a little more successful than the last one. Did get just about 2,000 gold out of there, so did pay for itself. But RazzorMoon needs to figure out what to do next. Only sitting at 50 food. Pokey's army is scaling. More bears will be on the field. A lot of Dryad backline presence here, and two really scary heroes. Level 5 Keeper, level 5 Alchemist. A lot of healing capabilities. Not a lot of Shaman on the field. Only 4.
Town is under siege.
So needs to save those purges for those entangles. Starting to go to town on the shop. Gets deleted immediately. Now focusing on the bestiaries. More Kodos coming on the field. They're hungry. They want to eat bears. There's 4 of them. One of them about to be fully digested. And as that bear gets digested, it's going to have room for 4 bears. 1, 2, 3, 4, all but one of Pokey's bears. If he can get 4 devours off, that could swing the game completely around. Going for this out of position grunt, all the Dryads focus firing, a lot of Serpent Wards doing tons of damage to the bears. Does get a berry. One Kodo Beast is probably going to retreat to the back. Does get a nice devour off. Kodo Beast also working on getting into position again. This Kodo Beast going to try to get another bear. Does miss. This Kodo Beast now getting entangled. Farseer with a nice chain lightning onto the bear line. The Kodo Beast just focusing now on trying to eat bears, but not quite. Dryads starting to focus fire the bears, now focusing attention onto the Shaman. One by one, the caster backline of RazzorMoon is falling as another bear in really low health. Also in critical position. Staff of Preservation is off cooldown, so if necessary, he can use it. 1 bear, 2 bears in the bellies, 3 bears in the bellies of the Kodo Beast. 4 bears in the bellies of the Kodo Beast. All Kodos are full. Right now, no bears left for Pokey. Just an injured one heading back home here. But Pokey wants these bears back, wants to get them out of the bellies of the Kodo Beast, getting another heal spray onto the back line. This Alchemist has so much health and so much healing capability, although running low on mana now and a lot of purges in stock. Might be able to lock it down as he fumbles to get out of the base. It does get preserved by the Keeper of the Grove. Gonna head on back home, live to fight another day, but certainly some big devours here by RazzorMoon, able to secure 4 berries. Pokey needs to figure out what is next. He has so much food in the bellies of the Kodo Beast right now. Doesn't want to break high upkeep and has to wait for these bears to get digested. But only 37 food of RazzorMoon. Yep, and he's already calling it. It's going to take a while to digest. It certainly is. There is a lot of health left on some of these bears. But 2 of them about to be digested. And then Pokey can get to work training a couple more. The mine of RazzorMoon about to be out. Only 500 gold left. 47 more trips to the gold mine. Pokey has the expo up, is continuing to mine. Just hit the 80 food threshold. Does not want to cross it. Needs to wait for these bears to get digested before he can train more. It certainly has the food advantage. Only 43 food for RazzorMoon. As the bears finally starting to get digested now. 2 down, 2 to go. And Pokey wants to put pressure on RazzorMoon again. Wants to take out these shops. Does not want them available for any battles at all. And heading on into the base. Getting some entangles off, but get purged immediately. Keeper of the Grove needs to be careful. Does not want to get caught out of position here. Nice rejuve on the Keeper. Can be a little more adventurous now. Wants to back off. Doesn't want to take too much damage. Now with the rejuve off, was able to heal back up. Putting the wisps back on the trees. Bears being reproduced. As soon as the gold count is there.
The town's forces are under attack.
Knows that the gold mine is out. Knows the long distance mining is going to start. Putting up an H protector to prevent any of that easy long distance mining. And Pokey wants to end it right here. Take it 2-0. Keeper of the Grove in nice position. Going to start getting some entangles out, but not before some treants. And the Kodo Beasts are hungry yet again, looking to get some bear devours. Needs to be careful. A bear running right into the path of a Kodo Beast. And Tranquility pop for Pokey. Going to be really tough to come back from this now as a Shadow Hunter falls. Alchemist level 6 has Transmute. When's the last time you saw Transmute? Would have loved to see it there, but unfortunately that is GG. Pokey takes the series 2-0. Really well done. Pokey able to take down RazzorMoon 2-0.